Okay, so I'm gonna say something that is actually that might be, very controversial, and people might start attacking me over it because it's been going on for far too long, and yeah, it's been taking over the whole community ever since the LittleBigPlanet server shut down for good. There's something that I've been wanting to talk about, and that is the LittleBigPlanet private servers. So tonight, I'm gonna be telling you my thoughts on the LittleBigPlanet private servers or Little Big Beacon or something, and why you should never join the LittleBigPlanet private servers, like at all, ever. But first, let's go over my thoughts. First of all, they're emulators, and you pretty much already know how I feel about emulators. For those of you who are new around here or don't know how I feel about emulators or don't know what emulators are basically computer games that emulate old games like NES, Super NES, Nintendo 64. Like say you want to play Super Mario Brothers, for example. You know, the OG Super Mario Brothers. You know, the original NES game, the very first NES game that was ever released by Nintendo. I'm not really sure, but you don't have an NES, and the only thing that you have is a computer. So if you probably go into a website called Amateur or something, I think that's what it's called, and then there you can actually play Super Mario Brothers, but only on PC, which is pretty upsetting because it doesn't really feel right because you're basically playing on a PC and you're playing with a keyboard, which is not a classic feel and is not ideal at all because trust me, you and I would be better off just playing on a um playing on a NES and an NES controller, which I do not have. Because a lot of us kids actually grew up with playing um official video games on their official consoles. But that didn't even stop emulators from flooding everything. It was like very famous that it actually got much bigger. They emulated Mario, Kirby, Mega Man, Legend of Zelda, possibly Pokemon, and Metroid. These all of these games were emulated on PC, and I don't like that very much because I'm basically better off just playing the real game on the actual console itself that it was released on, other than a keyboard. I hate emulators so badly to the point where they need to be illegalized, or they need to be classified as cheating, because in some emulators you can have some save states, and you can actually I'm not really sure. You can play in slow motion and speedrun the game, which is called tool assisted speedrun, by the way. I know they're emulators, but I sometimes just like watching tool assisted speedruns, like Kirby Superstar, for example, like the arena. But 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 since I do not want to play in an emulator or cheat, um, the only thing I can play Kirby Superstar on is my classic Super Nintendo Classic Edition, which if you haven't seen my last video, it was basically me speedrunning Kirby Superstar with only plasma. I'm not even sure what ability I'm gonna be doing next, but it'll come once I actually decided what kind of ability I want to speedrun with. But I'm getting a little off topic. The point is, I hate emulators. They shouldn't be a thing. If you really want to play the game like so desperately, just buy the console that you need to play the game. So that's how I feel about emulators. They should be classified as cheating, and they shouldn't be famous anymore. And I'm praying for their downfall. Now let's go ahead and talk about my feelings toward the Little Big Planet private servers. First of all, obviously, they are emulators. Second of all, they have so many mods. And third of all, you're playing on a PC. Or you're playing on a PC, or you can jailbreak your PlayStation 3 and apply custom firmware, which I do not want to do to my PlayStation 3 at all because I do not want to get banned from Sony. That is something that I am not willing to risk over. I know people say no risk, no reward, but a lot of the time it's better to feel safe than sorry. On top of that, people are also mean, and yeah, they use a lot of cuss words that children should not be hearing at all. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about my feelings about the Little Big Planet private servers. On top of that, like I said, there are two ways to play the Little Big Planet private servers. You can go on RCPS3, or you can actually jailbreak your PlayStation 3 and play Little Big Planet 1, 2, and 3 private servers on PlayStation 3. If you have a fat PlayStation model and the PlayStation 3 Slim. I'm not really sure about the Super Slim about the PlayStation 3. But yeah. Like I said, I shall not be playing Little Big Planet private servers because you pretty much know how I feel about emulators, like I said, and yeah, that's my feelings towards it. But now for the next part. Why shouldn't you why shouldn't you join the Little Big Planet private servers? Because first of all, I'll get into the emulation part first. First of all, like I said, your controls are playing on a keyboard, and you would much rather be better off playing on a PlayStation 3 controller. I'm not really sure if it gives you the option to play on a PlayStation 3 controller, but having to hook up your PC and use your controller to make it feel like that you're actually playing the game on PlayStation 3, the official servers on PlayStation 3, that does not give you the classic feel at all. It's wrong. It feels wrong. Everything about the Little Big Planet private servers are wrong. The second main reason why you shouldn't join Little Big Planet private servers is the people. And need I say any more? And then the third reason is there's actually mods. And you pretty much know how I feel about mods. Except Minecraft mods. I don't really do game breaking Minecraft mods, but I do mods in Minecraft that, you know, lets you play online and such not and all that, but that's not what it's about. I'm trying to So, yeah. There's been mods of, like, you know, there's pretty much been mods of um there's been mods of other characters that are not associated with Sony, such as Splatoon, Mario. I think that's it. And there were also custom skins. Not custom skins that you can actually create yourself and decorate your character at all. That's not what I'm talking about. But there are also 3D models. Like take Rayman for example. They actually made Rayman into a costume in Little Big Planet private servers. And I don't like that very much. I think Sony's pretty much not okay with that. But now, as promised, we'll get into the second part, the jailbreaking your PlayStation 3 method. So basically, what you have to do is that you have to hack your PlayStation 3 and apply custom firmware, and it'll actually give you the ability to play Little Big Planet 1, 2, and 3 servers on PlayStation 3, as long as you got a hacked PlayStation 3. Which is something that I'm not willing to do at all because I'm still really concerned that it'll get you banned or in trouble. And even if it's legal, and even if it's legal by Sony, I'm still not doing that. I don't want to be a cheater. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. That's basically my feelings towards emulators, Little Big Planet private servers, and why you should never join the Little Big Planet private servers. Instead, we should convince Sony to bring back a Little Big Planet once and for all. If you pretty much, I'm not even gonna say the full thing, but if you want to watch the video on how I said on what I said about the full thing, I'll have a link in the description below. But yeah, Sony, please bring back Little Big Planet servers once and for all. Who's with me?